That said, I have 2 new stories to share with you all today. New as in they both occurred this week. These are Draven stories that I'm going to share with you all. If you're new here, I tell stories a lot. So today I'm going to begin by telling this story. I'm going to tell one of them right now. I'll save the other one for a little bit later. Story number 1. So yesterday... Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry. I have Q set to be that, and when I threw something down on the ground, I forgot that mutes that. I have it set that way for when we do our 7 days to die thing. Sorry. So I have stories I'm going to share with you. These stories happened this week. 2 of them. I'll tell one now, one later. I think that sounds fair to me. So, story number 1. Yesterday, I got up extra early and drove into Knoxville so that I could go shopping for Christmas. Get most of my Christmas shopping done, which I successfully was able to do. I went to the mall, right? Because that's where Christmas shopping is. Some of you guys may not be familiar. So I go in there and I'm looking around. So I don't know exactly what I want to get. Like I have an idea of the type of things I'm looking for, but I don't have specifically any, I have to get this exact item. So I choose, there's like 6 stores, right? There's 6 stores that I'm going to shop at for my wife, because these are the stores that I know that carry the things that she likes. Now, as a shopper, an intelligent shopper, I'm not going to buy anything in the first 5 stores. I'm going to look and go to the end, because there's nothing worse than buying something and then getting to late to the next store and finding out there's something better there, right? Makes sense. On an unrelated note, that's also my same theme when I go to strip clubs. But, that's another thing. Story for later. So, when I'm like, okay, well, I get in one of these stores. And it has one of those employees. The ones that are way too cheerful and get way too pushy and don't leave you the hell alone. Listen, you're not my date. I'm not here to shop for you. Get the hell out. Let me do my shopping. This dude wouldn't let it slide. Every time I turn around, he's like, oh, you like this thing? And my wife likes anime, so I'm looking at some anime manga-looking stuff, right? What little I know of it, but I'm like looking at some of that stuff. Oh, yeah, this one's a great one. You like this one? Who are you buying for? You for yourself or you for your wife? Christmas present. Oh, she'd love this one. So what kind of other ones does she like? What does she like? I'm like... Dude, you're getting on my nerves. So finally, I leave, right? Because it was the 3rd place. So I had 3 more to go to. And he starts trying to guilt trip me into, oh, you're not going to get anything? You looked at so much stuff, man. She's not going to have a good Christmas. You don't get it. Like, just getting on my nerves. Really badly. And I leave. And sure enough, I saw one thing in there that I did want to get for her. And I was like, if I don't find anything better, I'll come back for that. So I move on to some other stores, check some things. I go shopping, and one of the stores that I stop at afterwards and then come back to was Spencer's. I got something there. For those of you who may not be familiar with Spencer's, it's like a novelty store. It sells weird stuff, off-the-wall stuff. It has things like anime things and lots of T-shirts back in the day. That was their big thing. Imagine, if you would, a Hot Topic with more gag gifts and some adult material. Such as lingerie, handcuffs, games, sex dice, all that kind of stuff. So I go in there and I find something for her. Now, I'm not going to say what it is. She's sneakily watching this stream. Can't be trusted. But, I'm like, okay, cool. And I find something, and they put it in, they apologize. Like, all we have are these really big bags. I didn't get something that was that big. I'm like, that's fine, because I was already carrying 2 little bags. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just put it all in this one bag. That works out perfectly fine. No problem. They're like, really? You're okay with that? I'm like, hey, give me that giant-ass bag. I'll carry it. So I get this really big bag. So on my way back, there's 2 stores I'm going to go into. What's up, Miss Smashley? I'm in the middle of the story. So, yeah, so I end up going back into the store where the annoying guy was, right? This is a guy who's been trying to push me into buying something, overly friendly. I hate those people. Stop pretending you like your job that much. Nobody likes their job. Unless you own your company. Even then, it's a 50-50 shot. So I'm like, you know, I go in there, and as I walk in the door, I want to say this place is like, this is in a mall, right? Here it's called Westtown Mall, but it's a shop that sells, for all intents and purposes, and I don't mean this negatively because I buy half the shit in there, nerd stuff, right? Dungeons & Dragons, Magic the Gathering, anime stuff, video game stuff. It's all that type of stuff you would imagine in there, right? Video games, board games, all that kind of stuff. Stuff that I love. I bought stuff from there many, many times. They've been there a long time. So I go in. I'm walking through the door carrying my big Spencer's bag. Now, dude's chatting with like 6, 7, 10 people. There's a whole bunch of people up near the register. There's a couple of families shopping nearby as well. We've got some kids with them. And there is a bunch of teenage stuff chatting and such. And I walk in the door, and right off, dude, of course, recognizes me. I was only in there 30 minutes earlier. And decides to like call me out on it. He's like, oh, you went to Spencer's? Oh, come on now. What would you get us to go to Spencer's for? It's like, what does Spencer's have that we don't? And without hesitation, I said as loudly as I could, lingerie and a vibrator. And I was like, lingerie and a vibrator. And like everybody in the store started laughing, except for a couple moms with their kids who gave me dirty looks, but their husbands were not trying not to laugh. It's just true story. And dude's like, oh, yeah, that's probably the right choice then. I'm like, thanks, appreciate that. Thank you for your seal of approval. But just he's like, there was no hesitation. It was, I didn't pre-think it. I didn't realize the dude would still be there. Right? Just walking in the store, I was like, it was just right. Oh, you want to spend? What did you get there that you couldn't get here? Lingerie and a vibrator. Dude was so embarrassed. He actually didn't even ring me up. Like another one of employees ended up coming up when it was time for me to ring him up. So I was like, okay, I guess he didn't want my sale. Oh my goodness. But yeah,